Dogs don't know they're dogs, they just are, you know? Laying around under the porch in the mud, they don't know that's not heaven. Alpo and prime rib, both the same to a dog. They do what they're told. But the man who owns the dog, he knows the score. The man knows he's a man, and he knows the dog is a dog, and he knows he owns that dog. I'm probably not making much sense. Sorry, I've been up for 2 days and the meth doesn't help. Hard to think in a straight line. Hard to keep watching for them without the meth, though, and pretty much impossible to keep a chant going for 33 hours. Right. Back it up. About a week ago, I got one of the cards in my mailbox. On one side, it said, the Office of Public Safety. And on the other, it just said, we'll come round. Not sure who came up with that empirical England-sounding horse shit, but there it was. I've never liked cops. And I don't give a shit what they call themselves now. I have eyes and a fucking brain. Same jarhead-looking dudes with crew cuts and shitty tattoos, with a few women and minorities thrown in to fuck with your head. Same as it ever was. A name change and a shift in tactics hasn't made them any better. Just less open. They enjoyed their little heyday for a summer, stomping people in the streets and shooting Americans in broad daylight, but that didn't last. Too many protests. And you're all so goddamn dumb that a name change got you thinking things were better. Then people started getting the cards. We'll come round. I got one. And they came round. 2 days after I got the card, I was just getting home from a late shift at work. I parked my truck and got out to walk the 40 feet or so to my front porch, and there he was, crouched on the corner of my porch like a fucking toad. A squat, misshapen extrusion of a man. The sight of his proportional wrongness unnerved me, and at first I wasn't sure what I was looking at. He shifted in my direction, and I heard the squeak of leather on leather. Then I realized what I was seeing. A cop. On my porch. You need something? I said. He walked down the steps that led up to my porch, and his stunted legs barely seemed to bend at the knee. He came down the stairs more like a slug than a man. Just keeping an eye out, he said. His eyes were like tiny flecks of burning coal buried under the heavy folds of his savage brow. I took a step back toward my truck and glanced around. My house is way out in the country. Closest neighbor is about 400 yards away. The house sits down a long driveway and is separated from the highway by a stretch of planted pines. I didn't see a car parked anywhere, which was just another weird thing stacking up on this situation, which was rapidly getting weirder. The cop sort of grunted at me, low and wet, almost like a growl. Then he started to walk backward down my driveway, just staring at me with his tiny eyes. He walked backward all the way out of sight, more like he slithered with the way his knees didn't bend. He kept staring at me and growling the whole time as he disappeared into the dark. I went in the house and locked up, eventually fell asleep. Dreamed I lived in a city, and it was on fire. The next day at work, I found a huge hornet nest in an attic I was remodeling. I didn't really want to, but I had to spray the nest and kill them. At lunch, I was still thinking about the hornets slowly dying and the poison I sprayed all over their home. Didn't eat much. I left work early and got home just before dark. As I slowed down to turn off the highway and onto my driveway, I saw a cop car pull out of my driveway. A public safety officer car. The cop inside the car gave me the nod as we passed each other. I pulled the truck into the driveway, parked, and barely got my door open before I threw up what little lunch I had eaten. I thought about the hornet nest again. I shut the door and leaned back against the seat. My head was swimming. I felt short of breath. It was hot as hell outside, and my windows were down. I took a deep breath to try and clear my head, and closed my eyes for a second. Through my closed eyelids, I could see the world go dark, and I felt a coolness wash over my truck. I opened my eyes and saw a black jewel as big as the sky, bigger than the sky. It swallowed up the sky and the horizon, like the world had been sheared off where it had appeared, impossible and impossibly huge. I heard myself say the word mama, but didn't feel my lips move. I sounded scared. I closed my eyes, but I could still see the thing through my eyelids. It was bigger than the world, and had so many facets on its black, shiny surface that it looked like a colossal bug's eye. I felt like this thing was looking at me and only me, tiny little me. I wanted desperately to hide from this thing's gaze, but knew I couldn't. I wanted to die to escape its gaze. I heard a sound, like a tectonic rumbling with rising and falling pitch. Then I heard my name. And then I knew that the first sound had been its name. Part of it, anyway. Then it was gone. The returning daylight was so intense, and the sight of the horizon in my driveway in front of me made me want to cry. It was so beautiful. But then I did cry, because I could still hear its name rumbling in my bones and out through my skin and hair, and I knew that it hadn't gone anywhere. It hadn't come from anywhere either. It was always there, always here. It was more real than me, and this thing we call Earth and the world and reality. Every little thing that we are and have done or will do is just one facet on the jewel, the eye. A godfly with a black diamond eye, reflecting on you and I. I put my truck in gear and pulled back to my house. I parked closer to the front porch than usual and ran from the truck to the house, digging out my keys and unlocking the door as fast as I could. It wasn't fast enough. I felt the skin crawling on my back as I imagined the thing appearing again, and this time, as it gazed at me, I would just lift off of my porch and up into the black, multifaceted, shining thing that was where the sky should be. I got the door unlocked and ran inside. I drank 3 glasses of water, then grabbed a notebook and a pen and sat down on my couch to write. I woke up sometime after midnight, and my hand was cramped into an arthritic claw. I had filled the notebook with writing, all garbage words that didn't make any sense to me and didn't look like any language I knew. But I knew what it was, and I knew I needed more notebooks. In the morning, I didn't go to work, not sure if I slept or not. I went and got more notebooks, over 100 of them, in fact. I brought them home and numbered them, then filled them each with more nonsense writing like the first. I fell asleep on the couch, surrounded by the notebooks, and sometime around 8 o'clock that night, I woke up to the sound of someone pounding on my front door. I stumbled to the front door, flipped on the porch light, and looked through the peephole. There was a public safety officer on my porch. A woman. Something was wrong about her face. I stared at her, and as she began to pound on my door yet again, and as her lips parted in a grimace, I realized what was wrong. She was a black woman, but her face was painted charcoal black, with huge, cartoony red lips embellished halfway across her face in a nightmarish grin. She spoke through this grin, and her eyes never moved, never blinked, just stared wide and cold at my door. She said, "We just want to take a look around inside, Mr. Jones." I walked over to my window and peeked outside. I could just barely make out the shape of another cop sitting behind the wheel of the car idling in my dark driveway, parked just behind my truck. It was easier to make out the form of the headless man that was tied to the hood of the car like a ship's mast. From the little bit of exposed skin I could see in the far reaches of my porch light, it looked like he had been a black man. I froze. I figured I had 2 options. Make a move for my shotgun and die in my home, full of some pig's bullets, or stay quiet and hope they went away. I wasn't finished writing, and that was all I could think about. I lowered myself to the floor as slow as I could and sat there, waiting for the cops to leave. They started walking around the house, shining lights in my windows. I laid down flat and stayed quiet. And then I must have fallen asleep. I woke up and it was daylight. The cops had left. I made a sandwich and a pot of coffee, then sat down with the remaining stack of notebooks. I wasn't sure how much was left, but I knew I was close. Just as I picked up a pen, I heard someone climbing the short set of steps to my porch. I got up, walked over to the front door, and looked through the peephole as the person crossed my porch toward the door. It was one of my neighbors, Chavez. I opened the door before he could knock and asked him to come in. He looked scared and tired. As he stepped in, I noticed that his truck wasn't parked outside. "You walk over here?" I asked him. "Yeah, Alita has the truck. She took the kids," he said. "Took 'em where?" I asked. "I don't know," he said. "We got one of the cards, bro." "Me too," I said. "Damn, the motherfuckers just don't care anymore, man. You been on the internet today?" he said. "They never did. And no, I don't look at that shit anymore, I said. I opened the fridge and grabbed a beer for each of us, and we drank them in silence for a bit. Chavez was the first to speak. I think they got Isaac, he said. When they came by my house last night, they had a black dude on the hood of their car with his head chopped off. And man, I ain't trying to sound like nothing, but I think it was him, you know? He's our only... Yeah, I think that was Isaac, I said. They must have come by here after they left your place. I saw that car too. Who the fuck would do that? Like, how do you even do that to somebody? What are they paying them? Chavez asked. Man says do, dog does. They're not the ones making the decisions. They just do the dirty work. And when you don't have to see the dirty work, you'll make all kinds of calls, I said. My fucking kids, man. What are we supposed to do? What can we do? He said. I think we need to trust in God, I said. I didn't think you were religious, he said. I think I am now, I replied. We sat in silence for a second. Then, I pray every day, bro. If prayers and Jesus could do it, I'd have done it, Chavez said. I didn't respond, and we finished our beers in silence. After, Chavez left. I went back to writing, and by 4 o'clock that afternoon, I had finished. After I finished, I made a few phone calls and exchanged a few texts, and eventually got in touch with a woman named Joy, who said she would bring some meth over to my house for a delivery fee. I made an aluminum foil boat to smoke it with while I waited for Joy. Thanks, YouTube. I couldn't go outside. No way. I might see it. I knew if I saw it again, I'd lose my nerve. Joy showed up around 5:30. She didn't look like what I thought meth heads are supposed to look like, but then again, maybe she doesn't do the shit. She was around 25 years old, white, long blonde hair, the Beatles t-shirt, yuck. She took it easy on me when I didn't know what to buy. She sold me 3 grams, and while she was sorting me out, she kept staring at the piles of notebooks on the kitchen counter, my dining room table, my living room floor. What you writing? She asked. A song, I told her. What kind of song? Country? She asked. I guess, yeah, I said. Is it a love song? She asked. I guess, I said. After Joy left, I decided I wanted to hear Lateralis one more time, so I dug out my CD copy, put it on, and cranked it. As the opening tribal thump began pounding out of the speakers, I heard gunshots come from Chavez's house across the highway. I turned up the stereo as loud as it would go. The shooting didn't last long. I stretched out on the floor and enjoyed every second of that album. When it was over, I put about a third of one of the grams in the aluminum foil boat and smoked it up. I got hot all over, sweaty as hell. I felt like all of existence was in my head and I was bouncing off the edges of it. Everything got a kind of amber haze around it. I felt like I could do anything. My heart was beating way faster than was even remotely healthy, but I felt like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. I stacked the notebooks up in piles corresponding to their number. Each pile had 33 notebooks in it. 4 stacks. I sat down and started reading. Halfway through the first notebook, something happened. I felt a pull on my spine like I was being stretched, and everything went amber like I was trapped inside a jar of honey. Then I was sitting with the boat in my hand and a lighter in the other, straw in my mouth, sucking up more meth smoke. It tasted like hell, like I had wrapped my mouth around the exhaust pipe of the world and inhaled. I saw myself, reading from the notebooks. I could hear myself rumbling out these huge, impossible sounds, sounds like mountains moving and ice growing and stars burning. I couldn't blink, or didn't need to. I just watched. And then, as I saw myself finish the 9th book and pick up the 10th, I heard them on my porch. I looked through my peephole and saw 2 public safety officers just on the other side of the glass. I was out the back door and around the corner of the house with a knife in each hand before they even knocked, if they were even going to. I was fast, much faster than either of the cops. I dragged them under the porch, then sat down next to them in the dirt and waited. I could still hear myself in my house, reading from the notebooks, chanting, calling. Before dawn, they sent another car. That one didn't go so quick and quiet. I had to use my shotgun, then one of the cops' pistols. I think they shot me, but it's hard to tell. So much blood, and I can't feel anything. I hear my heart hammering, but I can't feel anything. They sent more cars, and these showed up inside the house, One in my bedroom, another in the bathroom. Cops poured out of the cars like ants, a bunch of apish, pink-skinned brutes with shovel faces and tiny eyes that didn't think, and bulging arms covered in shitty tribal tattoos. They definitely shot me. My right hand is half gone, and little broken spears of bone are all that's left of my fingers on that hand. But I got them all. And the other me is still safe, still calling. I can't hear the sounds anymore, just feel the rumbling through my feet and see the walls flex and bow. The sun has come up and gone down again, and now as I see myself lift the last notebook from the pile, I see blue lights swarming my yard. Can't go out there, can't survive another fight. But I can't let them stop the call. I grab 2 pistols from the dead brutes in my bathroom, jam one into the waistband of my jeans, and go out the back door to circle around and use the house as cover. I reach the corner of my house and realize I'm not even afraid to be out there anymore. I want it to see me. I want it to see us all. I peek around the corner and terror seizes me. There are 100 of them in my yard. Squat, hunched behind their badges, hands tugging at their dicks. Their eyes look like the shine off a dirty wrench, like taxidermied crocodiles. They level their unfeeling eyes at me, all of them. I wheel back around the corner of my house, not sure what to do. Then my hands start itching so bad I drop the one pistol I'm holding. From the torn and bleeding meat of my ruined hand, hundreds of tiny cops burst forth and start to crawl up my arm. I feel it. I scream and rake them off my arm with my good hand, but they keep pouring from the meat of my destroyed hand, even wriggling out from the broken ends of exposed bones. I hear them. "We'll come round," they say. "Just keeping an eye out," they say. "We got a call," they say. I scream again, and this time when I scream it comes from my mouth inside the house, where I'm reading from the last notebook. I am finished calling. There is a wet, gurgling sound as the phony sky tears away and reveals the black, multifaceted jewel that birthed the world. The surface of the world lifts up, and my house and the grass and the trees and all the cop cars and cops, all of it lifts up like somebody flicked off the gravity switch. Everything is floating into the black space above the world, toward the many shining facets of the God that looms there. The cops are screaming and clawing at each other to get back to the ground, but there is no ground. Underneath the thin layer of world that is rising ever upward, there is nothing. No ruined earth below, no stars beyond. Nothing. But I feel it, and it feels like home.
From your chin chin That was a band from New York City called the Video Tramps with a song called Pigs at Bay. And y'all filthy motherfuckers know me. It's your main man, Riggy Goddamn Mortis, filling in for Heather Melton here at Lurking Studios. Heather is off on vacation in Transylvania, and before y'all call me talking about Riggy, Transylvania ain't a thing anymore. Look here, you slack-jawed future corpse bitch. You think Heather Melton of the Lurking News is restricted by linear time when she chooses a vacation destination? Hell no. As for the news, shit is fucked, y'all. Holla at ya, boy.
From Sonora to Del Rio is 100 barren miles, where the sotol weave and shimmer in the sun, like a horse of rearing serpents swaying down the bare defiles when the scarlet silver webs of dawn are spun. There are little adobe ranchos rooting far along the sky on the sullen dreary bosoms of the hills. Not a wolf to break the quiet, not a desert bird to fly where the silence is so utter that it thrills. With an eerie sense of vastness, with a curious sense of age, and the ghosts of eons gone uprear and glide, like a horde of drifting shadows gleaming through the wilted sage, they are riding where of old they used to ride. Muleteer and caballero with their plunder and their slaves, oh, the clink of ghostly stirrups in the morn! Oh, the soundless flying clatter of the feathered painted braves, oh, the echo of the spur and hoof and horn. Maybe in the heat of the evening comes a wind from Mexico, laden with the heat of 7 hells, and the rattler in the yucca and the buzzard dark and slow hear and understand the grisly tales it tells. Gaunt and stark and bare and mocking rise the everlasting cliffs like a row of sullen giants hewn of stone, till the traveler, mazed with silence, thinks to look on hieroglyphs, thinks to see a carven pharaoh on his throne. Once these sullen hills were beaches, and they saw the ocean flee in the misty ages never known of men. And they wait in brooding silence till the everlasting sea comes foaming forth to claim her own again.
Ricky goddamn Mortis here, y'all, filling in for Heather Melton of the Lurking News. Look here, you filthy motherfuckers. This is a big old country, full of folks 90% of which was born from invaders. Invaders who killed the natives. Then invaders who planted trees in the skulls of them natives. Then they brought natives from other places over on boats and hung them from the trees they grew from the skulls of them first natives. Then we pretend to turn each other loose, and give or take a few generations, here we all are, building houses out of them trees, living under the shadows of them trees. Next up, I got a hot stack of records ready to rock. I got Watain, Dead Kennedys, Bone Thugs in Harmony, Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics, Cemetery Piss, the MC5, and the one and only Body Count. And y'all filthy motherfuckers know me, it's your main man, Ricky goddamn Mortis. Holla!
What's up? I'm JD. I'm a Nosferatu hunter, not a goddamn vampire hunter. Vampires are ghosts that steal your life force while you sleep. Nosferatu are walking corpses that feed on human blood. The undead. That's what I'm talking about. I track them and kill them. It ain't about good versus evil. My sister wasn't killed by a Nosferatu, and I don't give a shit about saving anybody or anything. I just like fighting and killing, and the undead are always ready to rock. And they pretty much take care of themselves after you kill them, which keeps me out of prison. I've been tracking a real nasty motherfucker for a while now, and I got a fresh new assistant coming over to help with tonight's hunt. Thought it'd be fun to record this shit on tape, so here we are. When I say assistant, I mean some dumb fucking crackhead I saw outside the Stop and Shop. Told him I'd give him $50 if he helped me out with some work today. Like I said, this should be fun to record. Come on in, man.
Hey, man. What's up?
Just getting packed up. Grab them 2 backpacks and we'll head out in my truck. We're gonna ride out to Georgia 3 and look for abandoned houses and barns and shit.
Okay, we stealing window units or what? Cadillac converters? I used to cut converters with...
Nah, man. We going hunting.
Oh, shit. Shining? I ain't been shining since I was a kid.
Kinda. I'll tell you about it on the way. Let's roll.
What are all these?
Those are zines, dude.
What?
Zines. It's short for magazines.
Them some shitty looking magazines.
Well, when you make your shit by hand with razor blades and tape and a Xerox machine, it ain't so pretty.
Oh. Oh, man, you're gonna make me listen to this nigger shit?
Do me a favor, man. And if you want to get this $50 and keep all your teeth, keep that stupid racist shit to yourself, aight?
What you mean, man? Damn.
You know what I mean. And if you say that shit in front of me again, I'll bust your fucking mouth and you won't be going home with any money tonight. Aight?
Yeah, man, alright.
Aight. You ever been in a fight?
Yeah, man, I've been in plenty of fights.
You get beat up?
Yeah, I've been beat up a lot of times. Kicked a lot of asses, too, though. Ain't no punk.
Cool. You ever shoot anybody?
Nah, man, ain't shooting nobody for no $50 either.
How about 500? How about 1,000?
Who you want to shoot?
There's a house out on Georgia 3 somewhere where a bunch of folks are holed up. Crackheads. We're gonna go fuck them up.
Alright, man, shit, hell yeah. You got any rock on you?
Nah, man, but there'll be some at the house.
Hell yeah.
There's something else we gotta do.
What's up?
We gotta stab him in the heart with these.
Like vampires? You fucking crazy, dude?
Like vampires. You down or what?
You can give me $1,000?
Damn sure will.
Then alright, I'm down.
Cool. Grab that zine right there and flip to the back.
What?
The shitty looking magazine, man.
Oh.
Flip till you see a picture of an old farmhouse.
Man, it's hard to tell what I'm looking at without color.
There, right there. Look at that picture closely. Study that shit. That's the house we're looking for.
Why is it in this shitty looking magazine?
It's code, man. Other hunters make that shitty looking magazine. And whenever you see a picture for a brand new black metal band in the back, it's actually a picture of a place where a vampire lives. There's information about where the picture was taken in there somewhere, and it says Camilla, Georgia.
What?
Just keep an eye out for the house in the picture, alright?
Alright.
Here, take this shotgun. If you even think about pointing that shit at me, I will fuck your dumb ass up, alright?
Shit, alright, man, damn.
There ain't no money in my truck either. It's back at my place. Don't get no fucking ideas.
We good, man, we good.
Good.
What's the plan?
We're gonna cross the road here. Once we get on the other side, we're gonna run up on that house as fast as we can. Assume they know we coming. Shoot any motherfucker you see until they don't move no more.
God damn. Alright, man, god damn. You don't think nobody'll see us out here in the bright-ass daylight?
Ain't nobody out here, look. Just pecan trees as far as you can see. And it'll be dark by the time we headed back. We good.
Alright, man.
These motherfuckers usually don't go far into a house, just hunker down like possums in the dark. And the sun don't kill them. That's movie shit. They just don't like it and it makes them weak.
What? Who you talking about, man? These crackheads?
Holy fucking shit, boy. I just explained. Just shut the fuck up and let's roll. Stay ahead of me. Alright? Go. There! Kill that motherfucker! It's down! Pass me one of them steaks!
What?
The wooden stakes, man!
Oh! Oh, no, man. I gotta go, man. Fuck this.
We here now, motherfucker. Get your shit together.
No.
Behind you, hallway.
Ah!
That's it, motherfucker. Hell yeah. Alright, man, get up. Could be more.
No, man, no.
Shut the fuck up and keep thinking about that $1,000.
They really got crack in here, man?
Probably not, dude, but you can buy a lot of rock with $1,000.
God damn.
Yeah. Let's head down that hallway. Stay ahead of me.
I don't want to, man. No, it's dark back there.
Too fucking bad, dude. Walk.
God damn. What's that smell?
What you talking about?
You don't smell that?
Oh, shit.
What is it, man?
That's what the real old ones smell like. You in for a treat, dude. Reload that shotgun, and when you see it, don't stop shooting till you out of shells.
What the fuck, man?
Here we go, dude. Holy shit.
Two little white boys in my house.
You sure this is your house?
Every house in this land is mine to take. Every house will be filled with pale meat and bones and burned right down to the ground. I've come up from the dirt with a noose for a necklace and a knife for a pin, and I've come to writ your end. I began my fray on a hot August day with no sun, and I continue it still. In the darkness, my war is eternal, and the oppressor is my enemy. I am hatred, spurned by God, and so I will drink the blood of this world until all flesh is blackened under the sun and moon.
Oh, shit.
Where is he?
Right here.
Ah! Help me, man! Help me!
What will you do now, Hunter? Yes, I know what you are. I smelled the oak and the ash and silver on you when you walked into the yard.
Well, that's real interesting, because I think I know who you are, too.
Fucking help me, man!
Will you help this man, Hunter?
I wouldn't call him a man, to be honest with you. He's fucking crackhead garbage, and he don't mean shit to me.
What the fuck, man? Don't let this nick...
Like I said, Mr. Turner, he's trash.
You know me.
If you're Nat Turner, yes, sir.
I am Nat. Never was a Turner.
Understood. You looking to start another rebellion?
There has already begun a rebellion in California. You've heard?
Yes, sir. Rodney King, Los Angeles. I can get you there. Fast.
Why would you do this?
I got no love for this land, and the sons of the people who put that noose on your neck are still running shit. They just wear badges and neckties now. Folks still ain't free. And if you can pardon the color of my skin, I would serve your cause, sir.
All skin blackens in the end, and all bones are white.
Yes, sir.
You'll take me to California, and we will kill every man holding a whip or a gavel or wearing a badge. We'll stack them in their houses and burn them all. We'll build an army.
Yes, sir.
Let us begin.
tonight we get even. Daryl Gates, for Rodney King, for my dead homies, for your freedom. Don't be a pussy. Have some motherfucking courage. Sing along. God killer, God killer, God killer, God killer, God killer. What do you want to be when you grow up? God killer. Good choice. God killer. I'm a motherfucking God killer. God killer. Better you than me. God killer. Fuck police brutality. God killer. I know your mama's grieving. Fuck her. God killer. But tonight we get even.
My shift has come to an end, y'all, as do all things. Knock one back, spark one up, and bark one down, y'all filthy motherfuckers. Times is hard, but we are smarter and stronger than them. And our hearts burn so goddamn bright, we'll never lose our way. Holla at ya, boy.
The Lurking Transmission is created, produced, directed, and engineered by Evan Dean Shelton. The first tale, We'll Come Round, was written and performed by Evan Dean Shelton. The first song was Pigs at Bay by the Video Tramps. The second tale was The Grim Lands, written by Robert E. Howard, performed by Dave Geister, and accompanied by a piece of music called Unfold by Brian Sangmeister. The second song was Pure Blood of Negative Conquest by Terror Nosferatu Propaganda. The third tale, Noose for a Necklace, Knife for a Pen, was written by Evan Dean Shelton and performed by Michael Clark, Edwin Callahan, Angela Vickery, and Evan Dean Shelton. The third song was Cop Killer by Body Count. The voice of Ricky Goddamn Mortis is Evan Dean Shelton. The voice of the Lurking Credits this time around is me, Evan Dean Shelton. Everything you hear within the space of the Lurking Transmission is protected by copyright law, but we here at the Lurking Transmission are outlaws and black magicians. Therefore, we don't rely on the law. If you fuck with us, we will fuck with you. Remember, dear receiver, that strength is cultivated, and they do not want you to be strong. Spite them. Fight them. Thank you for listening. The Lurking Transmission is my heart.